How often do you tell yourself that you'll work out in the morning, only to snooze your alarm 5 times before you completely give up? Or what about those times that you told yourself you'll start to eat better before you realize that all you have in your fridge is ice cream and beer, and you give up altogether? Now, what if I said that there is a simple, extremely effective way for you to follow through on healthy habits every single time? That's what we'll be discussing today, and I hope you're excited. If you're new here, my name is Shawn Achor. I make videos on productivity, habits, and living a purpose-driven life. If you're interested in stuff like that, please subscribe with your notifications turned on so you don't miss any of my weekly uploads. With that said, let's talk about the 20-second rule. The 20-second rule is a habit management technique that I first came across in the book The Happiness Advantage by Shawn Achor. In the book, Achor mentioned that he wanted to make practicing guitar a daily habit for himself, but he could never motivate himself to do it, no matter how hard he tried. He then realized that the most resistance he faced was in the crucial moment when he had to take his guitar out of the closet and out of its case and sit down to practice. Then Achor found a solution. He removed those 20 seconds of effort that were keeping him from picking up his guitar. He bought a stand to leave his guitar out in the living room so that it was within immediate reach, and 3 weeks later, he ended up practicing 21 days in a row. By eliminating the number of steps for you to engage in a good habit, you are reducing what psychologists define as decision fatigue. Basically, decision fatigue comes from the multiple decisions that we make throughout the day, whether it's work or simply deciding what to order for lunch. After all of this, making the decision to follow through on your habit, like going to the gym or picking up a book to read, ends up getting completely swapped for decisions with less resistance, like watching TV or eating junk food. As with any habit formation, there is a habit loop consisting of a cue, routine, and reward that governs whether you stick with your habit, and you ultimately want to keep that cue as accessible as possible. I've discussed this in depth in another video and definitely recommend checking that out for more info on that. I'll leave a card up top and link it right down below the like button for you. This brings me to the main reason for the 20-second rule's effectiveness, which is the concept of activation energy. Achor explains that in physics, activation energy is the initial spark needed to catalyze a reaction. And that same energy, both physical and mental, is needed of people to overcome inertia and kickstart a positive habit. So the more steps that are in your way of engaging with a particular habit, the more activation energy is required for that. That's why it helps to lower the activation energy required for habits that you want to adopt, and raise it for habits that you want to avoid. The more we can lower or even eliminate the activation energy for our desired actions, the more we enhance our ability to jumpstart positive change. In my case, if my goal is to practice and build my music skills, I do what I can to keep my equipment or instruments in sight so that I lower the activation energy required for it. I've been deploying the 20-second rule in other parts of my life too. Here are a few examples that might help you as well. Keep a water bottle with you all the time so you can drink more water. Keep your phone away from your bed so that you don't pick it up right after you wake up. Keep your workout clothes in sight so you can go to the gym without having to pick out what to wear. You can also even delete certain apps from your phone to cut down on screen time. Remember that it can only take a matter of 20 seconds to make or break your habit in that moment. And so you want to automate things as much as possible. Over the past few years experimenting with habit formation, I've learned that we rely too much on our willpower for habits to succeed. And this is to our own detriment. What we need is to set ourselves up for success by taking proactive steps and make following through on that habit a lot easier. In fact, Shawn Achor is quoted in The Happiness Advantage as saying, if you want to change a habit in the long term, in the beginning you have to rely on willpower. But willpower is a finite resource and cannot be relied on. Look, we all want to have a sense of control in our lives. There are certainly many external factors in life where this is just not possible, but we do have the power, and I don't just mean willpower, but the power to take control of ourselves and not be controlled by bad habits that have crept into our lives. So for example, you could end bad habits by making them take 20 seconds or longer to start. For example, move all the junk food you have to the back of the pantry so that it's a little harder to get to. You're likely not going to eliminate it from your diet altogether, but I assure you that you will end up cutting back as a result of the resistance that you put in your way of acquiring it. I hope that this video gives you some ideas of where you could use the 20-second rule to either build good habits or curb bad ones. Let me know in the comments below how you think you might incorporate this into your own life. Thanks as always for watching. Leave me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video and subscribe for more from me every week. See you next time. Bye-bye.